what are they doing? What's the mission in New York? And how are they navigating this? Because they cleaned house in the last week. What now?
Well, Chris Drury is going to be the guy in charge, and he's got a lot on his plate. Not only is he the general manager and president of the New York Rangers, he's also the general manager and part of the management team of the upcoming World Championship starting in a couple of weeks. But looking at today's news, relieving David Quinn and assistant coaches of their duties. After 3 years, David Quinn came in with a young team, with a team that was everybody knew that we were going to rebuild. I thought he did a pretty good job, but moving up and not making the playoffs this year, they might have higher expectations. But for the group and the development that the young players, the Lafrenières, the Capocacos, Adam Fox, just the whole group of young players, young goaltenders that David Quinn has had, I thought he's done a very good job. But saying that, the expectations in New York are obviously higher. If they weren't higher, then David Quinn would still have the job. So Chris Drury is now going to have to look at his lineup and decide, okay, where can we improve? How can we improve? And who is going to push buttons of these 5 players right here to make us get even better? Next year, let's hope that Panarin is in for a full season. Zibanejad is healthy for a full season. You're going to have everybody come in. It's a very, very young team. As we look at some age groups, this is a great young roster that is being developed, that Chris Drury has been part of developing over the years, and now he is in charge of. So things are looking very good on ice for the New York Rangers. It's just getting that right coach in to push the buttons at the right time. And a lot of talk has come out. You know what? There wasn't enough pushback in the one game when Panarin got tossed around by Tom Wilson. And is that something that this team is going to start to look for and maybe get a little bigger and physical and stronger, which is the natural progression of teams improving along in the National Hockey League? You build skill, you draft skill, and then you find players to take spots. But you also have to find the right coach to want to play the system that you're looking for. And that's
and you look at this, you got some guys on here who are highly decorated. Clearly Tortorella, who's been there before. When you look at this, do you see anybody here who could take the team from being young and talented to being a force?
Well, the problem is I see 6 guys who could do that. All of those coaches are excellent coaches. I mean, 3 of those coaches have got Stanley Cup rings. So the coaches who are available,
that could be one of the reasons they did this.
It could be, yes. And we'll never know unless we sit down and Chris Drury wants to actually just open up the book and say this is exactly why we're doing this. Obviously, they feel that they need something more for this team. That's why you make a coaching change. And Chris Drury comes in, new president, general manager. He wants to, say, bring in his guy. But everybody felt that David Quinn and Chris Drury had a good relationship. Remember, Chris Drury was on the bench with Chris Knobloch, the American Hockey League affiliate coach for the New York Rangers when David Quinn was out with COVID. So maybe Chris saw something on the bench there that he felt, hey, you know what? Being in this situation that most general managers don't get, to get down on the bench and to coach the team unless they fire the coach. But he got down in midseason on a couple of games. So maybe he saw something there that he felt, you know what? We need this. I think we need this. And we're going to find out now. But any of those coaches that we showed right there have more experience, have got not just in the coaching, but playing in the National Hockey League. You know, Rick Tocchet played, Bruce Boudreau played, Gerard Gallant played in the National Hockey League. And, you know, as you look at the group of coaches that are available, no question. I mean, John Tortorella, everybody knows what he can do to a team. He can get players to play at another level. And maybe that's something that Chris Drury felt that David Quinn has done a great job developing. But now we need to get you to another level to win and to win bigger games and to get to bigger games. That's where you can look at the Mike Babcocks and the Bruce Boudreaus and the Claude Julians and all 6 of those coaches and say, you know what, any of these coaches out here can get guys to another level. I mean, who knows? Yep. We're going to find out, though.
We're going to find out.
We'll find out sooner. It makes it interesting, but right now, I think things are starting to, I wouldn't say settle down. This isn't settling when someone loses their job. No. But I think we're starting to see some sort of new direction that the New York Rangers are going to go in. They've got a general manager. We'll find out who their coach is going to be, obviously in the next month or so. and then we'll see the direction the team takes.
Yeah, and hopefully for them, they take a step up, or else.
Oh, they will. They will. This team's too young and too good to regress.